Hello there, so friends. Welcome to a new tutorial. To all our returning subscribers, you're welcome. And to those who are visiting this channel for the first time, you're welcome. My name is Elizabeth. In this tutorial, I'll be showing us how to draft a blouse block. That's a basic bodice block, full scale. Okay, it's also the same as your blouse block. Now, what measurements are required for this for drafting this block? You need your shoulder measurement, you need your bust measurement, you need your bust span measurement, you need your front length measurement, you need your back length measurement, you need your shoulder to bust point measurement, you need your shoulder to your front length measurement, you need your waist circumference measurement, you need your hip circumference, you need your waist to hip measurement, you need your waist to hip measurement, you need your blouse measurement, so we'll just go straight into drafting. The blouse block, or the basic bodice block full scale, is the combination of your half bodice block and your skirt block. So the blouse block, or the full scale, the basic bodice block full scale, combines both the half bodice block and the skirt block. Okay, now though the skirt block is not in full, okay, just a part of the skirt block. Now, what and how did I come about this block? First of all, you need your hip circumference measurement. That's the fullest part of your body, the fullest part of where you want the blouse to end, or of your blouse, the fullest part, your hip measurement, your hip circumference divided by 2. Okay, your hip circumference, your full circumference, your hip circumference divided by 2 to get the width. Okay, to get the width and to get the length of this block. You need your blouse length. Okay, the blouse length, where you want the blouse to stop. You need the full length of that. And also, after I imputed the hip divided by 2, that's the hip circumference divided by 2, I divided that value by 2 to get this line. Okay, just divided this from this point to this point, and divided it into 2 to get this line. I hope that is well understood. Now, the next thing I want to do is to impute my front length measurement. Now, I will determine where I want to use as the front and where I want to use as the back. So this is going to be the front, okay, and this is going to be the back. So I'm going to impute the front length, and the front length I'll be working with is 16. I'll be working with 16. And I would mark across like so. That's for the front length. I'll mark it across. Now, for the back length, I will be working with, is 14. So I will just go ahead and mark 14, just at the back, 14. Okay, like so. Now that's the difference. The difference between the front length and the back length is 2 inches. The difference between the front length and the back length is 2 inches. So what I would do is to come on the back block, and from the hem, I will come up. From the hem, I will come up by 2 inches, like I'm doing, because the front and the back are not equal, and the difference is your bust. The difference is the bust. So I would come with my ruler, and I will just mark it across like so. Now that is done. Now we'll just go into drafting proper. The next thing we'll do is to impute the shoulder measurement, okay? And the shoulder I'm working with is 14. 14, I'll come right from the center back and just mark 14 on the shoulder line like so. I'll come also from here and mark 14. That's 14 divided by 2, 7. And that's it. I'll also come on the neckline. The neckline I'm working with, the width of the neck is 3 for the back, 3, and on the for the depth of the neck is 1 inch, okay? So 3 by 1. I will just come here and connect it like so. Connected my neckline, and for the front I will come here, and for the width of the neck be doing 3 by 3, 3 by 3, okay? Now if this is too small for you, you can work with your own custom made neckline. And how do you get that? You divide your bust by 12. Divide your bust by 12. For whatever value you get, you would impute it, okay? Okay, now on the from the shoulder point, I'll come down for the front, come down by 1.5, come down by 1.5, and at the back I'll come down by 1 inch. And I would cross, just draw my shoulder slope like so, come also at the back and draw this. Now we want to get our chest line, and to get the chest line, because we want to impute our armhole or plot our armhole, and to get the chest line, you divide the bust, and the bust I'm working with is 35.5. Divide your bust by 6 plus 1.5 plus 1, okay? Divide your bust by 6 plus 1.5 plus 1. So I'm going to be adding, what I have is 8.4. I'm going to be imputing 8.4 across my pattern paper like so, both at the front and at the back. I just mark it across like that, okay, like so, and I will come with my rule and square up my line. Alright, now that this is done, I'll come on this chest line. This is the chest line. I'll come on this chest line and impute the shoulder measurements, okay? I'll come and impute the shoulder measurements like so. I'll impute the shoulder measurements like so. Alright, and I'll come here and create broken lines, okay, connecting it to the shoulder slope, both on the front and the back. Why is it a broken line? Because we won't be making use of it, okay? It is just going to be a guide to plot the armhole. And remember that the armhole of the dress says a lot, determines the fitting of the dress. Now the next thing that we want to do is to impute our bust measurement. That's the bust circumference divided by 4. Now the bust we are using is 35.5 divided by 4. You can use yours. What I have is 8.87, 8.8. Okay, I'll go ahead and impute 8.8 like so. Just mark it on both ends. Okay, 8.8. Now I'll come now from the shoulder line to the shoulder slope, just like I have done, and I would get the midpoint of these broken lines. Get the midpoint of these broken lines. See how I folded my tape? I'll just mark it and come in from that point where I marked by 1/2 inch. Okay, come in by 1/2 inch, and I would connect a line like so. Okay, bring in my curve rule and connect a beautiful hole. Just get a beautiful curve like so. You see that this is already coming out really beautiful. You're already seeing the outcome of this dress even while it's still on paper, or the outcome of this pattern while it's still okay, you get the point. All right, so what I'm going to do next is to divide this into 2 equal halves. All right, the broken lines for the front as well. To get the midpoint, I'll just come here and mark this, come in by 1/2 inch like so, and I will come in here with my ruler and get a slanted line from the shoulder slope point to the bust that we have, the bust point where we already marked. Okay, like so. You see clearly this is already so beautiful. Now the next thing that I will be doing is to impute my bust line. Okay, and the bust line I'm working with is 10. That's shoulder, from the shoulder to the bust point, shoulder to the bust point, that's shoulder to the nipple. Okay, I'll impute it here like so. All right, and that is 10. I'm working with 10 just on the front block, just on the front, please, on the front block. And I would square up the line like so, square up the line. Okay, like so. All right, now that I have done that, the next thing I would do is to come on the waistline. This is the waistline. I'll come on the waistline and impute the bust span measurement, and the bust span I'm working with is 7. 7 divided by 2 gives me 3.5. I'll just mark 3.5 like so, and I'll come on the bust line, and impute that the bust span measurement there, 3.5 as well, and I will connect those 2 points together like so. Okay, I'll connect it together like so. Now this is me plotting the dart. Now I am going to impute my dart indicators to indicate that there's a dart on this point, and the dart intake, or the dart space I'm working with, is 1 inch. Okay, the width of the dart will be 1 inch, so I will be marking 1 inch, 0.5 to the right and 0.5 to the left, and I will bring in my roll and connect it to the bust point like so. Okay, like so, just like I have done. Please, if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly click on the subscription bell and click on the bell button so that you can get notified each time I post a new video. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share with your friends on your sew group. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to come to the back, and at the back I will be doing a back tightening of 0.5, a back tightening of 0.5. You see, from the center line back, I'm going to come in by 0.5, and I will connect that line straight to the neck like so. Connect it like this, just like I have done, and I will connect that same line straight to my hemline, that's the hip line. Okay, connect it like so. Now this gives you the shape that you have on your back. Your back is not straight, so if you're making a blouse with this, it is be sure that it's going to be fitted, and there's going to be a sewing seam allowance on this part. It means that you're going to have to cut this in 2 pieces and sew this place together. Now we continue drafting. I'll come here from that from the back tightening point. I'm going to come in with my bust span measurement, that's 3.5, and I will mark it like so. I'll come here as well and impute the same thing, the bust span measurement, and I would connect the line like I'll come down from that point. I'll come down from this point by 1 inch. Why am I coming down by 1 inch? This is so that when I'm sewing the dart, it doesn't affect my armhole. Okay, I'll just come here again to cross check that this point matches up. I'll connect a straight line to join these together, and I would fix my dart indicators. The dart intake I'm working with, the width of the dart is 1.0, that's 1 inch. I will do 0.5 to the right, 0.5 to the left, and I would I would connect the lines just like I am doing. Okay, the next thing I want to do is to come also on the hemline and impute the bust span just like I did for the front, just like I did for the upper part. I will connect my dart leg like this and come up by 2 inches. Please come up by 2 inches. Okay, I would cross check to be sure that this is equal, and I'll connect this line like so. Okay, like this, and I will connect the dart just like this. Okay, you can do this. Okay, you can do this, you can do this. When you start working and you learn how to patiently draft this like I have done, you no longer have issues with fittings on your blouses. Okay, now come also on the front part and impute the bust span like that, and come up from that point by 2 inches, come up by 2 inches, and I'll cross check to be sure that it is equal like so. Okay, I will bring in my line and my rule, sorry, and connect it like this. Okay, and do the same thing like I did for the back, connect it like this, and we have our dart for the front. Okay, see, this is already looking beautiful. The next thing I would do is to impute my waist measurement, and the waist I'm working with is 30 divided by 4 will give us 7.5. 7.5 plus the dart intake. The dart intake is 1 inch. Now for the back, I'm going to start measuring from the dart, from the back tightening, just like I am doing. So I have 8.5. Okay, 8.5. Now if you are working with this and you have like a funny shape, you have it slanted out, don't worry about it, keep working. Okay, don't get discouraged, you will still get it, the dress is still going to come out neatly. Okay, don't worry about it. Now the next thing I will do is also to come on at the front and do the same thing, impute the 8.5 like so. Okay, now this is going to take off from the center front, not from anywhere. It's going to take its roots from the center front, and I will connect it straight to the bust, to the chest line. Okay, like so. Now the next thing I want to do is to impute the hip line. Now remember that this space is our hip line, no allowance of any sort. I didn't add any ease. Okay, this is just exact. So I'll just bring in my curve rule like so, and I will connect it just like I am doing. Okay, I will connect it like this. Okay, now that I have done this, I will do the same thing for the back and for the front. I come here and do the same thing for the front. Okay, like so. Okay, now that this is done, I am going to be imputing my bust dart. Remember that this is not the same. Now this is the hemline for the back and this is the hemline for the front. You see that if we sew this together, we are going to have an unmatched pattern. Now the next thing I will do is to bring in that difference. That's the difference between my front length and my back length. By the time you subtract your back length from your front length, you have 2 inches, because what I'm working is the 16 for the front length and for the back length 14. Use your own front and back length. Okay, I'm going to impute the 2 inches. You see it from the bust line like so. I'm going to impute that 2 inches like I have done. You see that, and I would connect it this way. Okay, I'll connect it this way like so. Now that this is done, I will come here, okay, and find the midpoint. I'll find the midpoint of this like so. I'll come out from that point by 1/2 inch. Okay, and I'll connect to the chest line like so, and do this as well. Okay, do this as well, and that is it. Okay, now this is it for our basic bodice block full scale. Basic bodice block full scale. You can use this for your blouse. You can use this. You can alter this for your shirt. You can use this for your blouse. You can use this for anything that you for your blouse in total. Okay, you can use this for your corset. You can use this for bridals. You can alter it into different things you want. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you can get notified each time I post a new video. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.